What happens after we die? Is it the end, or the beginning of something greater? Welcome to Beyond Death, where we explore the secrets, legends, and forgotten stories of the ancient world. For the ancient Greeks, death wasn't a simple full stop. It was the start of a long, mysterious voyage, one that took your soul deep beneath the earth, across shadowy rivers, and into the realm of the dead, ruled by the silent god Hades himself. In Greek mythology, the afterlife isn't just heaven and hell. It's a vast, layered world, with ferrymen, judges, rivers of fire, and meadows of eternal peace. A place where heroes rest in golden fields, while the wicked suffer in endless torment. Today, we're diving deep into this ancient vision of life after death. What really happens when a person dies in Greek mythology? Does the soul find peace or punishment? Is there any hope of escape, or is death truly final? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the ancient Greeks imagined the afterlife. And maybe, just maybe, you'll see death in a different light. So, light a torch, because we're descending into the underworld. The realm of Hades, where every soul must go. Forget what Hollywood told you. Hades isn't the devil. He's not evil. He's inevitable. In Greek mythology, Hades is both the name of the god and the name of his kingdom, the cold, dark world beneath the living. He rules it alongside his queen, Persephone, goddess of spring and shadow. This realm lies beyond the edge of the earth, past the Oceanus River, in a place where the sun never shines. Here, 5 rivers flow endlessly. Styx, the river of oaths and hatred. Acheron, the river of sorrow. Cocytus, the river of lamentation. Phlegethon, the river of fire. Lethe, the river of forgetfulness. Every soul must cross these rivers to enter the land of the dead. But the journey is not free. Charon, the ferryman of souls. When a person dies, their body is prepared carefully. The ancient Greeks placed a coin, usually an obolos, inside the mouth or over the eyes of the deceased. Why? Because the soul would soon meet Charon, the grim ferryman of the River Styx. He demands payment to carry the soul across. Those who cannot pay, or whose bodies were left unburied, are doomed to wander the riverbanks for eternity, trapped between life and death. Only when Charon accepts the coin does the soul step into his dark boat, gliding silently over the black water toward Hades' gates. The fields of asphodel. Most souls, once they pass through the gates, arrive in the asphodel meadows, a grey, ghostly plain covered in pale flowers. Here, the ordinary people dwell, not heroes, not villains, just the countless dead. Neither punished nor rewarded, they exist in quiet shadows. They remember who they were, but feel no joy, no pain, just an endless dreamlike numbness. To Homer, this was the afterlife. Not hell, not paradise, just a faded echo of existence. Tartarus, the abyss of punishment. Deep below, even Hades' realm, lies Tartarus, the pit of torment. It's not for regular mortals, it's for the wicked, the rebellious, the unforgivable. Here burn the fires of eternal punishment. Titans who defied Zeus are chained here. So are cursed mortals like Sisyphus, doomed to push his boulder forever. Tantalus, forever thirsty and hungry, yet unable to reach food or drink. Ixion, bound to a flaming wheel for eternity. Tartarus is the closest Greek mythology ever came to the idea of hell. Once you're thrown into the pit, there is no escape. Elysium, the Blessed Isles. But not every ending is dark. For the noble, the brave, and the pure-hearted, there is Elysium, also called the Elysian Fields, a paradise beyond the Western Ocean. Elysium is eternal springtime. Gentle breezes, golden sunlight, soft laughter. Here, the heroes feast forever, surrounded by peace. Over time, the Greeks refined this concept. The best souls, those who lived righteously, those chosen by the gods, could reach Elysium. Some even believed souls who achieved purity could be reborn multiple times, and after 3 perfect lives, earn their place in Elysium forever. Judgment of the soul. Who decides your fate? Once a soul reaches the underworld, it must face judgment. 3 ancient judges decide where it belongs. Minos, once king of Crete, the ultimate arbiter. Rhadamanthus, the strict judge of Asia. Aeacus, the ruler of Europe. Together, they weigh every action, every word, every intention from a person's life. Those who lived with courage and justice ascend to Elysium. Those who committed great sins, murder, betrayal, hubris, are sent to Tartarus, and the rest drift endlessly in the grey meadows of Asphodel. Early views, Homer's shadow world. In Homer's time, there was no real heaven or hell. All souls shared the same fate, to fade away in Hades, whispering among the shades. Even the greatest hero, Achilles, admits in the Odyssey, "I would rather be a slave to a poor man on earth than king of all the dead." For the early Greeks, the afterlife was not a reward. It was just what came next. The rise of morality and the Orphic mystery. Centuries later, new beliefs changed everything. The Orphic mysteries, secret religious cults inspired by the poet Orpheus, taught that the soul was divine but trapped in a cycle of rebirth. According to Orphism, souls were judged after death. The wicked suffered. The pure could be reborn until they finally broke free of the cycle and reached Elysium. This was the beginning of moral responsibility in Greek religion, the idea that your choices determine your afterlife. Plato and the philosophy of the soul. Then came Plato, who took these myths and turned them into profound philosophy. In his dialogues, Phaedo, Gorgias, and especially the myth of air, Plato describes how souls are judged, rewarded, and reborn. Good souls ascend to the heavens for a time. Evil souls fall into Tartarus to be cleansed by punishment. And after 1,000 years, all souls choose their next life, human, animal, or something else, and begin again. It's a vision of cosmic justice, one that echoes in later religious systems, from Christianity to Buddhism. So yes, in Greek mythology, salvation is possible, but only through countless lifetimes of struggle, wisdom, and purification. Descent and return. Heroes who entered the underworld. The Greeks didn't just imagine the afterlife, they sent their heroes there. These stories, called katabasis, literally descent, show mortals daring to cross the line between life and death. Odysseus, the seeker of souls. In Homer's Odyssey, Odysseus travels to the land of the dead to seek wisdom from the prophet Tiresias. There, he meets the shades of fallen heroes, Achilles, Agamemnon, and his own mother. But even among these ghosts, he feels the weight of despair. The afterlife to him is empty, proof that glory dies with the body. Orpheus and Eurydice, love beyond death. Perhaps the most tragic of all is Orpheus, the musician whose song could charm even the stones. When his beloved wife Eurydice dies, Orpheus descends into Hades itself. His music moves Persephone to tears, and Hades grants him one condition. He may lead Eurydice back to the living world, but he must not look back. As they climb toward the light, Orpheus, trembling with doubt, turns, and in that instant, she vanishes, forever. The myth of Orpheus is a haunting reminder. Even love cannot always conquer death. Heracles and Theseus, defying death. Some heroes did what no mortal should be able to do. They entered the underworld and returned alive. Heracles descended to capture Cerberus, the three-headed guard dog of Hades. Theseus ventured down with his friend Pirithous, though he was later trapped and rescued by Heracles himself. Their stories symbolize the eternal human desire to face death and overcome it. The great themes: what the Greeks believed. Behind all these myths lies a question older than time. What does it mean to die? The Greeks saw death not as punishment, but as a mirror of life. The brave are rewarded, the cruel are punished, and most drift in between, forgotten but eternal. Unlike many later religions, Greek mythology doesn't promise endless bliss or endless fire. It offers something more human: choice, consequence, and mystery. Through Orphic mysticism and philosophy, the afterlife became a moral compass. Through poetry and legend, it became art. And through Hades' silent realm, it became a reflection of ourselves. So, what do you think happens after death? Are we reborn, judged, or simply forgotten? The Greeks believed that the afterlife mirrors the soul. What you carry inside, you'll face forever. In the end, maybe the question isn't what happens after we die, but how we choose to live before that moment comes. If you enjoyed this journey through the ancient Greek underworld, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. Would you drink from the river of forgetfulness or the river of memory? Thank you for watching, and remember, every myth hides a truth. And sometimes, that truth is darker than death itself.